Like, yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
half
good
of the
with
group
that.
of people I know, but like
All
randoms
right,
though.
we're live. We're ready. Episode 11 of Kangz Council. Welcome back, everyone. This is the podcast that can't wait to drop an epic DLC expansion for $40. Get your bucks.
Yes.
All right, introducing the homies. Of course, we got the dude who got George R.R. Martin dialed up for that sneaky link, Despair.
Hey.
I don't know
On my
that.
fucking DLC.
We got someone lining up to die for the greater good of Super Earth. Follow your dreams. And we got all right. Yeah, we got the person who might be he might be the first person to actually call you a plugger to your face, Cosmic.
Damn.
Kaiser.
With a hard R.
Yo, can we take
Hard
a second? Hold on a second. Whoever retweeted these fucking waffles, bro. Like I'm. All
Dude,
right.
I'm hating the person who did that. They just showed up in my timeline. I'm like, bro, like right now,
Wow.
I'm not trying
I
to
need
have waffles with syrup, and it looks so good. It's like the
This is
close up,
fucking
it's
bullshit,
cut in
bro.
pieces.
I did not need
it's,
that right now.
It's freaking
I haven't had
bullshit. Yo, what's
waffles
up?
in forever.
What's up, y'all?
With that being said, it is I, your host, the one who's always struggling to meet his own release window. Let's get it cracking, boys. Nintendo Direct.
Okay.
It was a
All
partner
right.
direct. It
Yeah, I don't know what
was.
people expected.
People were expecting Switch 2, Metroid
Yeah,
Prime
I don't know what the heck.
4.
They said partner direct.
People
What the fuck?
were going nuts with the expectations, and I
People
was
are
like,
annoying every single time.
you guys know this shit said partner showcase, right?
Same story every time.
Clockwork, man.
Yep.
Yo, every time, yeah, I remember scrolling through Twitter before it happened. They were like, yo, they're gonna announce the Switch 2, y'all. They're gonna
of
do
course.
this. Blah, blah, blah. Look at all this shit they announced the other time. I'm like, bro,
Keep
listen.
in mind, it wasn't even a live stream.
And by the way, they said how long it was supposed to be. It was only going to be a 20-minute thing. Why would they, if they were going to unveil their big system, they're just going to spend 20 minutes? Like, literally, the 20 minutes would have been them unveiling the system. Like,
Yeah.
but, people's imaginations, you know what I'm saying? That's where you got to put the stop to shit before it starts building. And then next thing you know, it's just like, and then they're like,
Wasn't the Switch
No,
reveal like 3 minutes? Like the original Switch, it was like 3 minutes. They didn't even. I don't even think that was a direct. They just put it out.
It was just like a
Like-
commercial, basically. Like,
Yeah.
Just a straight up commercial, not even like a
The fuck
trailer,
do you-
not even like,
Why is it
here's what's
always-
coming. It was like
like-
Switch commercial.
You people not. And even in the thumbnail, it says partner direct. It said, look what? Hello? I don't know. People are crazy.
The amount of people that can't read is growing by the
Facts.
generation. It's
Same people who
crazy.
get mad at me for tweeting out why are they disappointed at the Sony State of Play for people
it's
are like
always the
no
same
no
shit,
fucking
bro.
Naughty Dog game. And it's like, oh okay,
Yeah.
so yeah. I mean, from what I saw, I think we got a lot for 20 minutes too. I saw 20 minutes and I was like, wow, they kind of jam packed a lot of stuff in 20 minutes, right? Like,
Yeah, a lot of the games look cool. You can tell the Switch is in its last
legs.
year. Yeah, you can definitely tell. But I will say, shout outs to Penny's Big Adventure. Buy that game. Made by Christian Whitehead, his team.
yes,
The motherfuckers that did Sonic Mania. Please play the game. Game's fun as hell.
Wait,
Oh.
what game?
Penny's Big Adventure. Platformer.
Wait, isn't it Big Breakaway? Isn't it?
Big Breakaway. You're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
Big
You're right. Sorry, my bad. Big
Gotcha.
Breakaway. Same shit. Whatever.
it's on Steam now.
Yeah, it
On
just came out.
Switch, it just came
Yeah.
out same day.
Highly recommend. Game's dope. Support that motherfucker, please. Because he's godlike. We're not getting
No.
Sonic Mania 2.
No,
Nah.
not
I
anytime
think he's
soon.
moved on. Nah, I think he's moved on from Sonic. I think.
Yeah, Sega doesn't want to make it.
Yeah.
Of course not. Of
Uh,
course not.
was there anything else of big note for you? I mean, I guess Shin Megami
SMT5.
Tensei.
Yeah. But it
Shin
wasn't
Megami-
because of the Switch. It was because we know that's the version that's going to be on PC and everything else.
Yeah,
So-
yeah,
Exactly.
That's mainly why.
exactly.
There was
Um,
one other thing. I just forgot.
Oh, I know. Star Wars. The freaking
Yep.
the
Battlefront
collection.
collection.
Oh, yeah.
Battlefront. I swear I keep confusing the entire Discord, confusing
Yeah,
with
something's wrong with
Battlefront and Battlefield. I'm
I
sorry.
mean, to be fair, it's not. It's very easy to confuse.
Yeah.
But like every time I say it, like Freak knows what I mean when I say that. Like,
And to be fair, Battlefront is just Battlefield, just Star Wars.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
But
how they made
yeah, no, I'm super hype about that because the thing is, like, I remember it was like probably 6 months ago we all had the itch to play Battlefront, and then like we couldn't play because we only had the PC version, and then no one was playing on PC.
Oh yeah, you know it's dead now. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's absolutely dead by now. So like it's kind of cool that because I heard the older games were actually just as
Those
good
were
or if not better.
godlike. It was just no online.
And I never played it, and they didn't have online. So with this coming in with like 64 player online, like it's just gonna scratch that Star Wars itch, especially that me and Freak have.
Yeah, those games were way
every
better
couple of months.
64
The
players
Battlefront.
online.
Yeah, those things were.
Ages.
I don't understand how they went from that to the modern one. But that's not to say the modern one was bad. It was just, EA at that time was very
different.
greedy. Yeah.
It definitely improved on 2 a lot. No, the thing that was bad
It
was
was
2 was
fun.
with the like the pay to win kind of aspect of it with the loot boxes and stuff like that. But they reverted that eventually, went back on that. Now it's like a great game.
You know what's weird, man? About FPS and I don't want to say FPS, but shooters in general. For me personally, obviously this is just me, but I feel like there has to be some sort of skill like disparity, if you get what I mean, for a game to continue to be fun for me. And I feel like Battlefront is one of those games where it's hella fun to just play on a whim, but it's not fun to play for a long period of time. Like, it's fun to play like, oh yeah, the homies just, we have the urge to play that shit. Like, we just had the urge to play it randomly and it was hella fun, right? But then we just forgot about it afterwards, right? Because it didn't have that like lasting appeal, I feel like. Because it just didn't fit. Like, the aim assist was very strong in that game. Like, hit detection was very lenient. You know what I mean? Like, the fucking, you could shoot somebody's like fucking peach fuzz on their goddamn ears and you would fucking get a kill. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was very easy game. But of course they had to do that. It's a Star Wars game, right? I get it. But I feel like in order for a game to have like longevity, it kind of has to have some type of like, I don't want to say difficulty, but do you get what I mean? Yeah, challenge. Like, you get what I mean? Like, I feel like it would be more fun and more appealing if it had that lasting feel instead of just, we hopped on for a week, it was fun, see ya. Like,
I think that's why a lot of the people just do like the hero battles or whatever, because that part
for
of
the
the
spectacle.
Game,
Yeah. Like, that's like Battlefield, right? That's what kind of turned me off from Battlefield after a while, because Battlefield started going that direction, that Levolution is what they call it, I think. And it was just about the spectacle after a certain point. They didn't care about the actual like game balance, the way the game played, the way it felt. It was just, oh, look at this cool building fucking dropping down, which was cool. Don't get me wrong, that shit was dope.
That's cool.
But after seeing it the first few times, it's like, okay, I get it. Like, is the game functional? You know what I mean? But that's probably just me. I don't know. It's my opinion on it. And the older Battlefront games kind of scratched the edge for me. And also, the older Battlefront games progression was way more interesting than the shit that we got in these modern games. Because, like you said, they wanted money. They didn't give a fuck about the progression. They wanted money. So they would charge you for like the packs that unlock like skins and guns and weapons and shit like that. Or you could sit there and grind and play the game for $80 million. And no one was trying to do that shit. Like, but I don't know.
I got a question though. Because they're releasing the collection, is there any reason to play 1 over 2 or 2 over 1? Like, because I never played the classic ones.
I don't think
like
I don't think I don't know, right? But I don't think the multiplayer is going to be, here's Battlefield, here's Battlefront 1 multiplayer, here's Battlefront 2 multiplayer. I think it's just going to be one big thing, right? But the story modes, like the single player modes, were cool.
Yeah,
so,
I think
it's
they'll
worth
have
it
the
to play
single
both.
player. I think the multiplayer is probably going to be a combination because I don't remember. I loosely remember, but I believe they took place during like different time periods, right? Yeah. And then 2 incorporated more of like Clone War stuff that the first one did, I think.
The actual good Clone War shit. Let me stop.
Yeah.
And then I also heard that they were going to add characters that weren't even in any of those games into this collection. Cool. So, like, I think it was like the girl, the main character of the new one.
Yeah.
Was it her? And then 2 other people I forget that they mentioned. So, I mean, I don't know, man. I'm kind of all about this, man. I'm looking forward to get that itch. Me and Freak every couple of months have that itch, so it's definitely something I'm definitely looking forward to, and hopefully, this gets the powers that be to, I don't know,
Whoa!
consider it.
Speaking of Battlefront, he became a droid. Am I lagging? Is that me or is that him?
No.
Wait, is it me?
It's me.
Oh no. Well, I think also like one thing with Battlefront is that there was a rumor that they were working on a Battlefront 3, the original like team who had worked on Battlefront 2, and they never got to release it because LucasArts was like shut down, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think I wouldn't be surprised if they like included some of that content, because I mean if that's content still was made and stuff, you know what I mean? Like that could be added content to the game potentially. Like, I don't know. Let's see.
I don't know, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna get that game. What did you guys
Oh,
think
yeah,
of the
100%.
Mickey Mouse game? Because the thing is, like, I don't really play. I remember when I was younger, the Mickey Mouse games were always super godlike.
Technical difficulties. Technical difficulties.
You good?
Wait,
All right,
me?
I'm back. I'm back. I'm back.
There you go.
Wait,
No,
can
it was
you
me.
hear-
It was me.
okay,
I'm
can-
good. Yeah.
Oh, what I basically said. What did you guys think about the Mickey Mouse games? Because
Oh, shit.
the ones
Epic
growing
Mickey,
up,
bro. Listen.
the ones growing up were kind of godlike. So I'm kind
If you
of
never
I'm
played
hoping.
Epic Mickey, y'all are bugging.
Well, I mean,
No.
I didn't have a Wii,
Yeah, Epic Mickey was godlike. So
but I remember
highly recommend
wanting
everybody
to play
play that
that
shit.
game.
pretty
Yeah.
dark take on things, but it's hella good. So definitely recommend playing that. It's not really like the older Mickey Mouse game. I will say that it's not like that,
Yeah.
but it's hella good. I'm glad they're bringing it back. Hopefully they bring the sequel back too. That was cool too. And I feel like this is probably the beginning of where I hope it's a new beginning for like Disney and their games and their licensed games and stuff like that, because I do want to see more of that. That was cool. That was a risk they took on that game. It was very dark. The story was actually really fucking good. It was a very depressing ass game. Like I highly recommend playing that.
Especially for like Mickey Mouse, right? Like,
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
You wouldn't think like Disney would like fucking what? What do you
That
mean?
was the era
one-
we were seeing like Kingdom Hearts 2 Mickey Mouse in a hoodie, fucking mad as fuck because Goofy got knocked the fuck out. Like that was an era of Mickey Mouse that Disney was like, yeah, y'all can do whatever y'all want. Like they just gave it to whoever it was. And they just said, here, do what you want. That shit was cool.
Oh, so this is like a remaster. I thought it was a
Yeah, it's a
totally new
remaster.
game.
Nah, that's not new.
Oh,
Came out on the Wii.
Yeah.
I was like, I played that game in my freshman year of college, 2010. That game was fire. So
yeah. Oh,
hopefully, like I said, hopefully we get the sequel because it definitely.
well, you know, it's not like I'm playing a certain game at the end of February, so maybe if there's nothing else going on.
Wait, when does it come out?
Oh, good question.
Epic
When does it
Mickey?
come out?
Oh, that's a good
Yeah.
question.
I think it's the end of the year, right?
It says 2024, and so I don't think
That's
they
it.
set a release date. Yeah.
Probably end of the year.
Are all these games within this year that they showed off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In this year,
They
right?
said they were all coming out this year. Yeah.
Super Monkey
So,
Ball.
Yeah, I'm hyped for that. But
I mean,
I need to do
that's
more
always fun.
research. I hope it has online because the last one that came out was bullshit. Didn't have any online play.
Yo,
only had
it duped
local
you?
online.
Oh no.
Like I love Monkey Ball, and I wanted to troll motherfuckers online.
Mhm.
And the cool part was the last Monkey Ball game had hella cool skins in it. It had like Sonic, I had Jet Set Radio Car. It had like crazy ass skins and cool shit in it. Have online. It was on Steam. Go online. So
Yo,
Hopefully-
you know
Classic.
how you feel about that is how I felt about the Double Dragons game that came out
Yeah.
recently. You're gonna put offline, like, man, it's just like why even release the game? That's how bad of a mess up I felt like it was. Like why even release the game? And the game didn't look bad, but I'm just like, come on, guys.
oh, I remember why this was a big deal. Warren Spector was the director for Epic, right? He was the guy that did like the original Deus Ex games and all that shit. Like that was a big. But sorry, my bad. Went on a tangent.
Oh no. I said everything I needed to say. I think it's just that you know, like if you're gonna release a game and you know you're gonna have a multiplayer, at least build
Yeah.
for it. Especially
You know,
some shit with beat 'em ups or party games. This shit better have online. Like there's no excuse.
I'm trying to think. What was the name of that last one? I guess I could demon. When did that come? Because is this? I think that the last game was a remake. I think this is a brand new game, right? Monkey Ball a brand new? Or is this
I have no idea. It says Sega revealed a brand new Super Monkey Ball game featuring 200 fresh courses, 16-player multiplayer.
Yes.
And new moves for II and friends. You can learn more here.
Thank you. That's all I want. I'm sold. I'm buying it. All I care about. Easy purchase.
I mean, hey, sometimes that's all it takes, man. Just add online multiplayer to some old games, and you get people buying it all
If
over
I want to
again,
play
right?
single player, I can just go play the old Monkey Ball games.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, makes sense.
Anything else notable? I think.
I don't remember, because I breezed through it so quick, like because it wasn't a live stream this time. They just put a video up. So I just fast forwarded through all of it.
Unicorn Overlord looked
that game
cool.
demo out, by the way. That game is dope.
Yeah, I haven't tried it. I haven't looked at it or anything like that. But from this picture that I'm seeing, it's looks
when they last showed that, I was hype about it.
Yeah. They started with the announcement of Grounded too, the Xbox game.
Oh yeah, Xbox.
The 1 of 4, yeah. So I think all 4 are known now. It's a Pentiment, that game Pentiment, Grounded, Sea of Thieves, and Hi-Fi Rush, right?
Yep.
Not bad.
Not bad.
I definitely I wouldn't want to play it. I don't think there's no way Hi-Fi Rush can go to Switch, right? I don't think the Switch can handle it.
I don't think that. Pretty sure it'll be fine.
Yeah. There'll be some cutbacks on it, but I think it'll perform alright.
Yeah.
720p only.
And the only other thing is that they added a bunch of Switch games online for the old shit. But yeah, other than that, it wasn't anything huge. No huge news in terms of announcements people were expecting. I don't know what people were thinking, but but these are kind of cool games to check out. You don't have anything else to play. Obviously Penny's Big Breakaway is probably a big deal.
Oh my god, yo, I gotta bring this up because I was so pissed. So during the direct, right? I was just like I said, I was fast forwarding through things until something caught my eye. Bro, they had the nerve to put in the Rare logo popped up, and I was like, oh shit, what is this? And it was some Nintendo Switch Online shit, and I was like,
yeah. They threw up the Rare logo to bait everybody into just old releases.
I was so mad. But I don't know what I expected, but I was still mad because the kid in me is still like, oh shit, I see Rare. I'm like, oh shit, oh my god, and then nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever.
What's your number 1 Rare game, by the way?
Conker's Bad Fur Day. I have 3 actually. Conker's Bad Fur Day, Diddy Kong Racing, and Banjo-Kazooie. Banjo-Tooie, actually.
Oh, the second one.
That's it. Yeah.
Interesting.
What did they announce for the Rare games? They announced what was it? Killer Instinct. Killer Instinct Gold, right? The 64 one.
Killer Instinct.
Killer Instinct, Battletoads, Battle
Oh,
Maniacs, Blast Core. Basically, games you're never gonna fucking play.
Basically, I don't give a.
Yeah.
How many times are they gonna?
They gotta give people a reason to try and buy that Nintendo Online, right?
Whatever, man. Whatever.
I feel like the Nintendo Online, it's so nostalgia filled, and then it's a disappointment, right? Because the online is gonna be garbage, and people play it for a day, and then that's it. It's over with, right? It's just hype for announcements, and that's it. Everyone got hyped because it was Rare. It's yeah, man, Rare, and it's
I don't even know what I thought.
but
I don't even know why. Obviously, they're not gonna put. What is Rare gonna do on Nintendo Switch right now? Nothing really. So it's I don't know what I expected. It was still kind of when you get hyped, you're like, oh shit, and then it's oh wait.
Yeah.
And then logic hits your brain.
Yeah.
And then,
whatever.
I think that ties
That was
up.
pretty much it, though, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, I probably fuck with this jockey game if it was free. I feel like this would be a gambler's worst game, this cute shit. Fucking bet money.
Oh, they showed the damn crab game.
Pocket jockey.
Another
the crab.
crab's treasure. Yeah.
Crab's treasure.
That shit looks funny as
Souls
fuck.
like crab game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean that was the Nintendo Direct. All in all, nothing huge as what people are expecting. Because in past ones, they actually announced some pretty big ones. So, but the fact like the kind of, I'm not gonna go ahead and say the quality of games, but like it just didn't seem like you can tell that Nintendo's just gearing up for 2025 and 2024. They're just releasing whatever is in their queue. So what Super Princess Peach and I don't even know what they're releasing after that. But after that, I think they're chilling.
Give me my SMT 5P version, please.
Dude, I'm salty because we waited what 4 years for this shit.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't commit to it, so I'm glad I waited. I was like, I just don't feel like
you didn't commit to it.
Nope.
I beat it.
I couldn't do it. I was like, I want to give this some respect. I'm gonna wait for the Steam version because we
Nice.
know what's coming anyway.
Well, look, I'm a because I don't feel like, not that I don't feel like replaying it, but like, tell me because apparently this version
It has extra shit.
has extra shit. So just tell me what the extra shit is. And
Yeah.
just let me know.
The shitty part is that comes out the same, I think the week before or the week after the Elden Ring DLC.
Oof.
Excellent.
What?
Oh,
Yeah, that's great.
Wonderful.
So, what a segue. what?
I mean, I guess because is there much to talk about? There's not much to talk about. It's Elden Ring, bro. Like my favorite game of all time.
Yeah, I
Like-
mean,
And it's $40, so I'm hoping it's some beefy expansion. You know what I'm saying? Like the trailer looked great.
mhm,
Like
mhm.
I don't. The only reason why I have nothing to say is because it looks as good as I expected it to look. There's no like, I don't know. It looks great.
And what
Can't
year
wait.
did the original game come out? 2022 or 21?
Yeah, 2020.
Yeah, 2022, right? Like I think it came out. Or is it 20? I don't even know.
It was 2022.
Yeah, and then
What,
so
year before?
2022, and it is more Elden Ring. I mean, like you can kind of see from the trailer that it's just like, well, yeah, this is why it's taken so long because they've been literally it's something that it looks like they didn't start working on until after the game release, which is how DLC should be done, right? Not like stuff that didn't make the cut kind of thing. It
Well, they
should be
kinda
stuff
set up the
that's
DLC.
worked on.
We kind of already knew.
Yeah,
Like, I feel like they definitely set up the DLC. They knew.
Yeah.
Like, and
There's-
they're taking the story. They're going in the direction that we kind of wanted them to go because they were unexplored characters that were pretty dope. Had a lot of backstory that we didn't know about. And I don't want to spoil it, obviously, but that's gonna be dope. Looks like a lot of new combat shit. It's typical Souls like DLC, which is
Mhm.
probably gonna be really fucking good.
yeah, and then you got
The $40 price tag is what's really like throwing me though, because I'm like, that means this shit has to basically a whole nother game.
yeah, it's super
This is an
expansive.
expansion. This is even DLC. This is an expansion.
Yeah,
Yeah. When people
So-
call things an expansion, it's usually like not like a little bit thing. It's
Yeah.
like literally like a fucking like a Cyberpunk or a Witcher 3 expansion.
about
where
to-
it's basically a game, right?
It's
Like
an
Phantom
expansion to
Liberty
one
was
of the
$40,
best games
right?
of all time.
uh,
Yeah, I believe
or was it 30?
Yeah.
It was either 30 or
It was
40.
like
one
30
of the two.
I may
But-
have paid 30 something, but I got the hookup sometimes.
Yeah, that
So,
was a
uh,
full on expansion too, though. So like, this is likely that like this is gonna be like new weapons, more
Phantom Liberty,
weapons.
$29.99.
Yeah, $30, but
Same
like
thing.
all right, same
Because you know
thing,
most
right?
DLC
Same
like
thing.
$10
$10
difference, right? Like there's definitely gonna be a lot of content in this. Like it's got weapons, bosses,
It took them
areas, all
2
kinds
years.
of stuff. Yeah,
It's gonna like it took them 2 years. Like come on. They've
Yeah.
been gearing up for this shit, and it's like it's an expansion to like the best game ever. So
Mhm,
you know what I
mhm.
mean? What else can you say?
Do you feel like people are going to complain about the $40 price tag? Because I
No.
don't feel like
No.
you should.
No,
mean-
I don't believe anyone is going to complain about that because first of all, it's been 2 years,
Yeah.
and they've set precedent already. Not most of their DLC is probably worth the price tag that it's been, right?
Mhm.
There's been some that kind of, but 9 times out of 10, their DLC has been worth the price tag. Sometimes it's 20, sometimes it's 30. Like it's, and the fact that it's been 2 years, and Elden Ring has so much like the game. Come on, we all already know. game popped off. It's cemented as one of the best games of all time, right? So for the DLC that they make, the follow-up that they make has to be like expansive, right? It has to be good. So it has to be, I think the $40 price tag, no one's gonna complain. People are gonna buy that shit, eat that shit up. Like, fuck that. It's the best game ever. Like, it could have been another $60 goddamn expansion. I would have been like, okay, cool.
Yeah, I wonder how much they could have charged, because I think they just know like people are just gonna buy this shit, right? Like,
Yeah.
It's just,
I mean, the
like,
reception that I've seen is like people who don't like or not into the game or don't know the game. They're the ones that are complaining because it's like, oh, $40 is a lot.
And you weren't gonna buy it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and then
you weren't even gonna play the main game.
Those who have played the game, those in the know, they're just like, oh, this is definitely gonna be some beefy piece of content. You know?
Who the fuck? Like, I understand the people that it's not for them, but the people that don't know like how monumental this game is, to complain about $40 DLC when you didn't even play the game, like, just shut up and just go play whatever the hell you were gonna play anyway. Like, get the hell out of here. Come on. Every time someone complains about something that they don't even care about, I'm just, why? For what? The people that are gonna play it are gonna play it, they're gonna enjoy it. I'm buying fuck out of that shit. Pre-ordering it. Like,
yeah,
I'm gonna, man, it's crazy because that's all I've really cared about for the past 2 years is like, man, where's the Elden Ring DLC? Please, Elden Ring DLC, where is it? Where the fuck is it? Like,
you're smacking your lips like.
Yeah, I'm more hyped for that than I am for any of the game releases coming out this damn year. And there's a lot of fucking juggernauts coming out this year. One next week. Like, so that says a lot because Elden Ring was an experience that I've never had in my life. So I'm hyped for that.
The good thing about this, because obviously From Software doesn't own most, like a good majority of the games that they produce. Usually it's on behalf of Sony or whatnot. But this they own. So from even a financial standpoint, like you're definitely supporting developers, and the money goes 100% to them as opposed to like, oh, it's like some deal bullshit or whatever. So. Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, it's gonna come out. People are gonna enjoy it or not enjoy it or give up in the first 5 minutes. I mean, who knows?
Yep. Gonna be typical bullshit.
Typical.
I'm gonna in before we get the articles about, man, should Elden Ring have a difficulty setting? Should there be an easy mode? Is this too hard?
The
Man,
DLC is harder than the base game.
I really want to enjoy the story. But this shit's too difficult. This is bullshit. You should make games for everyone. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Shut the fuck up.
Why is the DLC more difficult than the base game?
Damn. Shut up.
The game, I mean, it's very simple. It's because the game expects you.
The DLC, exactly. The DLC expects you to already know what the hell's going on. Like, don't get me wrong, though. Sometimes they're usually set up in a way where even if you haven't played the base game. Actually, no. Most of the time, you have to play through the base game and get to a certain point to actually.
When it comes to expansions, yes.
Yeah, because it's like certain
if it's DLC,
areas,
not always.
Yeah, most of the time, you can't even get in there.
Yeah, with FromSoft, like you have to unlock certain areas already because it's something that's in that area. Like for Dark Souls 1, like there's the whole like, what was it, the painting?
Yeah,
the painting DLC where you had to go into that one, and then the whole like what is it? What's that area? Man, that I forget what it's called. Something. I don't know. With Artorias, right? The Artorias DLC.
Man,
like you had to figure out the whole. You could potentially buy the DLC and never figure out how to access it, kind of thing. Too. Like you might have to look up how to access it.
People have literally locked themselves out of being able to do
Ulasil. Some people weren't able to get to Ulasil or find a way to get to Ulasil from the Dark Souls 1, but I mean, like they do kind of show where the DLC is in the trailer. Right? Like they show exactly where it's at, where you have to go to access it. So that's gonna be fun. Yeah, one of the best memes I saw was people who never fought Mog having to go fight him to access the DLC.
That's gonna be great. I can't wait to watch him do that. Oh man, that's gonna be fire.
That's gonna be good. Cause even he's in its own like area. It's without spoilers. Like
that's a rough area.
Yeah, that's a rough area. I think that's where I'm at actually in my save file because I was farming.
Oh man.
So
what
I'm perfect.
Great game. Like I don't. It's really weird to me that we haven't seen. I guess we kind of have seen its influence a little bit. We're definitely seeing it with like we're gonna see it with probably the next few games come out in the next couple of years, because obviously all the games that have been coming out have been well in development. So I feel like we're gonna see its influence even more next like couple of years, because that game is just that shit is just different, man. I don't understand how we don't have more games like that, because it just harkens back to how games back at it. And you know what's interesting? I want to bring this up. I'm going to go on a tangent real quick, but I was playing the Tomb Raider collection, right? And Tomb Raider, it's not even just one. All three of them, they kind of scratch this itch, and it's kind of the same itch that Elden Ring kind of scratched for me, where it's like you're just tossed into this shit. Yeah, Elden Ring had the little I forgot what it was called, that kind of leaded you in the direction that you should go, right? But ultimately, you could do whatever you wanted. You were just exploring shit. You would get lost. You'd be like, where the fuck am I? You get teleported to random locations. I'm sure Freak knows about that, right? You get you get teleported into random ass locations, have no idea where to go, have no idea what to do. And then I'm playing Tomb Raider, and I'm like, they don't tell you what to do. They don't tell you where to go. They don't tell you how to solve some of these things. You could get stuck in that game for hours and have no idea what's going on, right? And I kind of miss shit like that, because it kind of gives you that what is it? That serotonin that when you figure it out, you're like, oh shit. Like your brain starts firing off. You're like, wow, this is actually gratifying when you figure things out yourself and come across things and discover things yourself without the game telling you what to do like, look, people are, let me not say people are dumb. People want to have their hands held. They just want to experience the story, blah, 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 whatever. But before games were these AAA Last of Us, whatever, Uncharted, cinematic, whatever, they were still games. And that was a fun part of games to me back in the having to figure shit out.
Yeah.
Now, if by dumb you mean domesticated, then sure.
I mean, whatever, both.
You know, it's funny. When I was a kid, like I loved those games as a Tomb Raider, but I have a confession to make. When I was a kid, I definitely cheated. I got stuck. I think the one I didn't cheat really was Tomb Raider 2, but all the other ones.
No, don't get me wrong. Tomb Raider 1 was bullshit.
Yeah. No, all the other ones, I got when I got so what the hell do I do? I do the sidestep, up down. And
look, the sheets were there.
I do the level skip. Yeah.
Like,
but now going back to those games when I'm an adult and I can kind of put two together a little bit. Like
when I turned it on, I was like, wait a minute. This sense of freedom and this sense of like exploration and not telling me what to do feels way better than having a wave marker on everything. Like, I love that shit. And if there is going to be wave markers, let me set them myself, like Elden Ring did. But let me just set this marker so I know that there's something here, right? Like, I don't know. It's Elden Ring kind of it's like game design from like a bygone era in a good way.
Yeah.
Not a bad way, like with motherfucking Ubisoft that will try to tell you.
I mean, but that also goes back to how FromSoft has handled games, the Soul series, since Demon Souls, right? Like even like Dark Souls 1, it's like you literally all they told you in Dark Souls 1 is there's a bell above and a bell below. Yeah. Have at it. You got to go find them from there.
But Elden Ring is that on crack because Elden Ring is open world.
Yeah, like, it was open world. So
Dark Souls even are still kind of like, I don't want to say they're not linear, but you're still kind of on a path, right?
Yes.
Elden Ring is just, here you are. As soon as you get out of the area in the beginning, and you just look out, you're like, oh shit, what the fuck am I doing?
Elden Ring was, because it like you said, it has that serotonin hit because you're just like unlocking stuff on your map and locations, and like you get that feeling in previous Dark Souls games, but you don't have a map where you're literally like pinging off these locations, and you're like,
I don't know how it was for you. But that moment, right, where you pull up the map and you start like expanding outside of the map area, you get like to the bonfires or whatever, and you watch the map grow, and you're like, what the fuck? Is there more? And then like you just keep going places. You keep saying, oh, can I go there? I wonder if I can go there. Yeah, you probably can. Right? And then you discover there's an area underneath the entire map that's just as big as the map above. And I was like, what the fuck is this game? Like, what is this? Like, and it just felt, I don't know, like that. You know what that reminded me of? And I'm glad a lot of people feel this way. It reminded me of the first time I played Ocarina of Time. right?
Yeah.
The first time I played Ocarina of Time, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I'm not gonna lie, I was stuck playing that game a lot of the time as a kid. I didn't know where to go next. But obviously you could talk to NPCs or whatever, and I didn't know where to go. But I figured it out, and it felt great when I figured it out. And Elden Ring kind of took me back to that. And I haven't felt that way about a game since.
I just remember like getting the freaking horse. Oh my god, that was a
yeah, right.
I think that was the hardest shit about that game. Like to figure out how to some shit with the milk and
there were different ways to get to what was it, Lake Helia or whatever, and then the Gerudo Desert, like because you had to have the horse to get over there, right? So like,
Look,
I mean, I'm sure there's glitches or whatever the fuck, but like, yeah.
The true Bigoron sword.
Oh yeah.
That
I did
shit
that as a kid.
Was a quest line.
That's crazy. I did it without any help or whatever.
Yeah, I didn't even know how to do it as a kid. I did it later. Like,
and I remember going to myself like, man, this shit better than the Master Sword.
Yeah, it was big as fuck.
Yeah, I was like, fuck the Master Sword. I'm using
it was
this
crazy
shit.
to me as a kid, getting all the mask and Majora's Mask. I don't know what the fuck I was on. I don't know what the heck. I don't know how I did all that, but I did it. And like I said, Majora's Mask is one of my favorite games of all time. Ocarina of Time, obviously one of my favorite games of all time. And Elden Ring I haven't felt like that playing a game since then. And Elden Ring just did that for me. I was like, wow, this is crazy. It did that more than fucking Breath of the Wild did. And I feel like Tears of the Kingdom kind of took some notes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
YouTube has done irreprehensible damage. It's done a lot of good to gaming, but it's also done some damage as well when it
but I
comes
don't
to like
look anymore.
looking things up, right?
Yeah, as I've gotten, like, I used to look up shit a lot, especially because, I was really obsessed with trophies and achievements. I still kind of am. I still like doing them, but obviously there were some trophies that you kind of had to find a guide for.
Yeah.
But lately, over the past couple of years, I haven't even been looking at YouTube. I've just been figuring shit out on my own, and it kind of takes me back, and it feels great to do that. Like,
yeah, but there's no way. Like, for example, like the Tomb Raider collection has a bunch of achievements. There's no way you're supposed to know. Oh, you got to speed run through this section.
Oh no, you're crazy if you think I'm gonna try to platinum that game. You can suck. Nah, I'm good. I'm good. Those games are too bullshit for me to even attempt. I'm good.
Yeah. And I guess I should just attach this news to the end of this since this is From Software related. So obviously when this shit dropped, everyone kept asking where'd Bloodborne, the remake and blah blah blah. And apparently the creator just said it in a very nice way, like, hey, Sony owns that. You asked them.
Yeah, like I don't understand.
Stop asking
we
me.
know this, so I don't like. This is the thing that I have a problem with. We know this. Everyone knows this. Why are people even bothering them? Like, go bother Sony.
Clearly, they don't know. They wouldn't be
obviously they don't know. Of course they don't know. I'm just saying, like, you're dumb. Like, well, I mean, I guess not everyone has firing brain cells, right? But anyway, I feel like I personally think Sony is holding on to that, and they're letting Blue Point do like a remaster or a remake. That's what I feel. I don't know. We'll see. But I do think they know. Sony fucking knows. They hear. Trust me. I firmly believe that they know people want that shit. That's the only game. I think that's the only game, bro, that is still trapped on PS4. I think it's the only one that they haven't remastered. Am I wrong?
I mean, look at what happened with Demon Souls.
Yeah,
that was stuck on PS3 for the longest, and bam, it came out of nowhere almost.
Yeah,
well, a lot of people clamoring for a Demon Souls remake, right? Like a lot of people.
Think about this. They thought that remake was such a monumental thing that they made that a launch title, and they got me because I bought a PS5 for it. Like, so yeah, I agree. Like, they know how big that shit is.
I mean, the earliest we'd see something of that potential is if they've been working on it this whole time and having Blue Point on it. Because what was Blue Point been doing, right? So Blue Point's been working on it this whole time, and it'll be a launch for PS5 Pro, and I think that's the earliest. Could be.
Never know.
And there's always that thought of like if I'm a game company and I have a first surefire hit in my back pocket, maybe I just want to keep that shit in my back pocket until I need it.
And put that shit in the glass. So you just break glass in case of emergency. Like,
I mean, because who knows what could happen in the next year? I mean, Sony could lose $10 billion in sales. Like we have no idea You know, when they're like, "Oh shit,
Yeah, then
everyone's
just put out
turning on
Last of
us.
Us 3.
Everyone's turning on us. They're hunting us down. They're not buying our shit. Oh, fuck it, Bloodborne.
Nah, fuck it, Last of Us 3.
They gotta throw out a sacrificial lamb to the slaughter, which currently that target is falling on the back of Bungie, where Papa Sony decided we're going to spank them and say you need to be more accountable for your damage loss. I mean your release date windows.
Damn.
Bruh. That
Bro,
is,
Yeah, that's wild.
I don't know, bro.
I mean, have we heard
They're not
anything since they
wrong,
released
though.
that trailer for that game, though?
They're
We haven't
not
heard
wrong.
shit from them.
That's
What
the
is-
sad part.
the thing is, what are they doing?
What are they doing?
What are they doing aside from Destiny and Marathon, right? Like that they need to be accountable
we
for
don't
release
even-
date windows.
to
They've
be
had to
fair,
go back to
we
the
don't care
drawing
about
board with
Marathon.
Marathon. Yeah, no one
Yeah,
cares
'cause
about
we don't
Marathon.
care about that. Yeah,
They've had to
like-
take that back to the drawing board. So there's no I mean, maybe Sony was banking on them releasing Marathon as a big hit. And so now they're just like, well, now that we don't have a hit in 2024 because Bungie
Yeah.
has to push back
That was
Marathon,
supposed to be
we
this
have
year.
nothing. Yeah.
That might have what they probably were banking on that game because
I
keep in
think
mind
that
they said that they don't have anything coming out till next year.
Yeah.
So-
Which investors went, the fuck you mean?
Yeah.
You don't have any? Bruh. So yeah,
But that happens
Sony's
though. Like investors, they
yeah.
flop in, flop out. Like that happens. Like that's not as big of a deal as people are making
Yeah.
it seem to be.
no.
Like what they're flopping back in with the success of Helldivers. So
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
Like all they
that's
gotta do is
gonna
announce
happen.
Last of Us 3 something, PS5 Pro
Yeah.
something, they'll be right back on board. So like that's not that big. People are going crazy over it. I'm like, y'all even know how this shit works?
They're gonna announce a Bloodborne remake on PS5 Pro bundle, and,
Yeah, like, come
and
on.
everyone's gonna be like, "Yeah, we're back."
Best experience.
We're so
PS5
back.
Pro. You best believe I'm gonna buy a PS5 Pro for that game.
And that's the thing. Like
So-
people are going to do it too. Like people
Yep.
are absolutely going to buy it.
I'll buy two.
Um,
I don't give a fuck.
So here's a quote that Totoki was saying about Bungie, and I quote: "I visited the Bungie studios and had meetings with the management, and I saw that employees were working at the studios were highly motivated, showing great creativity as well as an impressive knowledge of live services. However, I felt there was room for improvement from a business perspective with regard to areas such as the use of business expenses and assuming accountability for development timelines. I hope to continue the dialogue and come up with some good solutions." Damn.
dude, accountability for development timelines is wild.
Bro, do you want to translate? Do you guys want to translate that shit from business speech to real
I
talk
notice y'all
speech?
motherfuckers are dropping the
I definitely know
ball.
what
You're
to
not
say, what's on
meeting
my
your
mind right now.
deadlines. Fucking pick that shit up, or
Definitely
you're
know
gonna
what
lose
to say,
people
what
again.
I'm thinking right now.
I mean, I feel like Bungie hasn't been on the ball for a long time. though.
No, a very long time.
Like Destiny
I don't even think they're
2
worth. Yeah.
Hasn't
Maybe they're
really
resting on their laurels.
when was the last time that we heard Destiny 2 and it was still relevant in like the gaming sphere? It was that like
Last DLC. Probably
not the last DLC. I think it was the one where they were considered they were like a top nominee for like most
Community-
best
the
community
community?
support in the Game Awards, which was the year 2022, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
That would have been. Yeah, I think it was that. Yeah, in
I think it was like
2023, they were
the last
nominated
light
for
or
Best Community Support.
which some expansion that they dropped, which was like at that time I think that's when they also started dropping updates like cross save and all kinds of stuff like syncing your saves and things like that, where I was considering potentially getting back into it if I could get my save back from Destiny 2. That was the last time it was anything relevant, and since then it's just been nothing, because I think they're still releasing. I think they still have like one last expansion coming out. I don't know if it came out already, but
It was delayed. It was set to release in February, but is
Yeah.
now delayed for June 4th of
well,
this
that's
year.
okay.
It's,
So
Destiny 2, the
that's
final
another
shape.
delay. Yeah, the final shape, and then you have Marathon, because I have a feeling it's been delayed because they've moved majority of their team already to work on Marathon, and that got hit hard because everyone was just like, this sucks.
Oh, it had very
Influencers
bad.
were just like, this is terrible,
Marathon, Marathon had very bad press. I mean, even when we talked about it, we were like, "What is this game trying to be?" Like we were.
Funny
we were-
enough,
Yeah.
that game is probably Helldivers. It's an extraction shooter, isn't that? Isn't that what they said it was? They're making Marathon supposed to be an extraction
like a
shooter.
tactical like extraction shooter, right? But it's a first-person shooter as opposed to a third-person shooter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's Rainbow Six Extraction, or whatever the fuck it was. Like,
Yeah.
I personally don't understand this. Like, Sony, there was a time where there could be a trend in gaming, and Sony would still kind of stick to their guns and the things that they were making, things that they were passionate about, right? Now it's like, it's the same thing that happened with like the Suicide Squad game, where we're seeing these fucking publishers just force out these bullshit, like just cookie cutter games, and it's like, nobody really wants an extraction shooter unless it comes out and it's like super good. But nobody I don't know anyone personally, or I haven't seen anyone that's like, yeah, man, I want a new extraction shooter, bro. That's what I want right now. Helldivers 2 came out and it's great, right? But nobody in the back of their head was saying, yeah, I need that right now. Like, no one is saying I need extraction shooters. Like, so what is this trend? Like, oh man, I'm so tired of the trends. Like these trends, like everything had to be a battle royale. Everything had to be like an Among Us type, whatever. Everything has to be like this 4-player co-op looter shooter shit. Now we have this extraction. Like what is this? This is so silly to me.
I mean, it's
it's one of those things where business and being able to make profit conflicts with creativity, right? Because from an investment perspective, they want to make quote unquote safe bets.
Yeah, but these businesses ain't been businessing, bro. Like it hasn't been working. Like, so what the fuck?
But you also gotta realize that most of the business heads who are like in those positions don't lack foresight. I don't know how else to say it. Like they just don't.
You're not wrong at all.
They just lack the foresight to kind of be ahead of the curve and like know like, yeah, look, I know this isn't big now, but this got a lot of big potential and believing in stuff like that. And you know,
like unless you're the first, unless you're like one of the first ones out the gate, or you're an innovator. Like we all shit on Fortnite, right? We all love to shit on Fortnite, whatever, whether we like it or not. Battle royales weren't that popular at the time. Don't get me wrong, they were like on the come up. You had like what was it, H1Z1 or whatever? I don't know what the fuck it was called. You had like PUBG. You had all these other ones that were kind of popular. But Fortnite came out and just blew that shit out the water, right? Like everything has to have a battle royale now. It's ever since that shit dropped. Apex came out, Warzone, right? Halo wants to do it, but they never did it for some reason. So unless you're a game like that where you push the envelope, nobody gives a fuck. I'm sorry. Like, and then I guess COD was another one, right? That did it a decade ago, where COD made that that trend of every game got to be a first-person shooter now. Every game has to be a first-person game now, right? So, but the thing is, back then, I don't know. It was different back then because you still had companies taking risks. Still had Sony making like, you know, Uncharted, Sly Cooper games were still coming out back then. We had like Ratchet and Clank was still, you know, I mean, don't get me wrong, Ratchet and Clank still exists, but you had Bloodborne, right? You had what was that game that they made that flopped? The Order, whatever, something. I don't know what the fucking rest of
The Order 1886.
Yeah, the tech demo. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to play that, man.
You had games. You had like Horizon, right? You still had a lot of shit. So I don't know, man. We're in this era where even Sony is going down this fucking trend. Like, it's annoying. Like, fuck a marathon. I give zero fucks about this game. Sorry if I offend anybody, but I give zero fucks about a marathon. There's nothing. As soon as I heard it's an extraction shooter, I don't care how cool it is. I'm just not interested. When it comes out and I see that it's fun and I hear that it's cool, then I might buy it. Like Helldivers 2, I was like, yeah, I liked Helldivers 1, but I'm not in a rush to buy Helldivers 2. But what got me, you know what I'm saying? Like, what made me interested was like, oh shit, everybody's talking about it. Oh shit, this game looks like jokes. Like, this game looks fun. But like I said in the beginning, no one's fucking clamoring for a damn extraction. Come on. What are you doing? Unless you're making it in a way where it's different from everything else and it's innovative and it's cool as fuck, sure. But fuck, what's that shit, man? Give me my Bloodborne, bro. Give me Bloodborne. Give me Ghost of Tsushima 2. Give me like something that I actually, I guess is more personal, right? Obviously that's subjective. Give me something that I give a fuck about.
Yeah.
I want Ghost of Tsushima. That's what I want. That shit was fire, and that shit came out of nowhere. Like,
Man, that game is so beautiful. I would love to replay that game on my.
I can't wait for the PC version, bro.
Upcoming, the PC version on my upcoming 4K OLED that I'm about to buy
Hey.
in a couple of weeks.
Damn, bro.
I'm salivating right now, bro.
Like, obviously, you know, we got a bunch of drones out there in the video gaming world now that they'll just eat up whatever the fuck these corporations feed them, and fuck y'all. Like, I'm not gonna have them try to sell me on a fucking another extraction shooter, another 4-player looter shooter. Give me something else. Give me something else. And I love, you know what the weird part is? I love some of these types of. I love Borderlands, right? I liked Destiny in the beginning. I liked what the fuck is the game that was in beta? The third-person Nexon game that we played, The Last Descendant or the First Descendant, something like that.
First Descendant. Yeah. That's about to drop. Yeah, that game was mad fun actually.
Yeah, like shit like that. Like, it's cool. Like, it's fun. I like the games, but I'm not out here begging for shit like. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, I need another one of those. But whatever.
Like, those games would already have to be godlike for me to be like,
exactly.
All right, let me go ahead and jump in, because it's like I don't know what I want until I see it. You know what I mean? Like, it's like one of those things of just like, but I don't want, like it's like the game gotta have the attitude. I'm gonna give you what you need, not what you want. And kind of have that mindset about it. And then like for Helldivers 2. That shit was not on my radar, cause it looked cool, cause like I enjoyed it. I was like, oh, this is kind of like a Starship Troopers game. But in the past, any Starship Troopers type game was just not it, right? So,
the good thing about that game, right? Helldivers 1 was really good. That's the main reason why I was in it, right? Like,
yeah, I had no clue what Helldivers 1. Yeah, I never played it.
So that's the only reason why I was like, yeah, it's on my radar, but I was like, I'm not gonna get it yet, right? I was gonna wait on it. Then y'all motherfuckers, man. Like, gonna go and get fucking different. Y'all motherfuckers. Y'all bad, bro.
Listen,
Y'all are bad influences.
We are indeed. But I think the thing is too, like, it's like, man, a lot of this is more reactionary, right? Like, it's all of these publishers being reactionary to things, right? Like, they're seeing what's popular and then like, oh, we can do that.
Okay.
And that's not the way to go about these. These things are like, these are viral, kind of like just stroke of luck, strike of lightning. It happens once, it may happen twice, especially during the pandemic. We had like Fall Guys and Among Us that kind of like blew up, these are things like, yeah, you can make these games, but that doesn't necessarily mean that people are going to want to stop playing the ones that are already out there. Because like, what if people want an extraction shooter, what's deterring them from playing Tarkov, right?
You know what? I'm going to play devil's advocate, because I actually feel like we're in an era where actually I don't think type of game even fucking matters anymore, right? Because we live in such a volatile era, such a viral era, right? Where as soon as something goes viral, or as soon as everyone's like on top of something, it's like you're obligated to play it. You know what I mean? Like Power World was a great example. Like Power World came out, I didn't really give a fuck, but then everyone's talking about it. It actually looks good. I was like, oh shit, wait a minute. Obviously, when you hear everybody talk about it, you look more into it. And if it looks good, then you're like, okay, cool, I'll probably try this. Like Helldivers 2, motherfucker, how many people do you think actually cared about Helldivers 2 until it was all over Twitter, all over the place? I don't think it was many.
Not a lot.
I really don't think it was many. Like, so now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like people just gonna be drones, just be attracted to whatever is hype at the moment. And that's, obviously that's been the case. Like you said, Fall Guys, Among Us, right? Like,
well, here's the other thing. How can you be safe when you're like, okay, you see something that's popular and you're like, okay, let's make a game on it, right? But it's not like you can release a game within a year. You know what I mean? It's not like the old days.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you're going to spend 4 years developing the game, and then by the time that game comes out, the fad has been done with.
Yeah, that's what I said. Marathon coming out. When was that supposed to come out? This summer, right? Or something like that?
Yeah.
I think it was supposed to come out this summer, and that is delayed to the next year. Who the fuck is gonna care? Like,
no one.
I don't know. Maybe Helldivers 2 will kind of, boost the interest in that game, since it's probably, it's kind of similar. It's an extraction shooter, right?
But Yeah,
So-
but the thing is, if I'm Sony, right, and Helldivers 2 comes out, why would I reinvest into Bungie? I would just reinvest in the guys who are doing well right now. Like,
Because
why?
Helldivers 2 is not $60, $70. Right?
It don't matter.
And Helldivers 2 doesn't have the pedigree of a Bungie game. Right?
Mhm.
So
Man, I guess, man. I just don't think.
there are millions of people
Well-
that are gonna buy the game because it's Bungie. And they're gonna listen, you already
But
know
they don't
what
even
the
have the
marketing is
same
going
people
to
that
be.
work there. Like,
It doesn't matter.
literally.
No one knows that but us. Nobody knows that.
Right.
The majority of people do not know that or care. So the marketing is gonna be Marathon. The game brought to you by the devs that made Bungie, by the studio that made Halo, the studio that made Destiny. That's what the marketing is gonna be, and people are gonna eat that shit up. So like, I don't know, man. It's like, I hate the corporate side of shit, bro. It sucks so bad. But whatever.
Yeah, that's what's.
But like, we all know
kinda
why
dictating these shit.
they do these things, but it still fucking sucks.
Look at the Suicide Squad Defense Force, right? They're still defending that ish, even though.
Bro.
I've seen some
everybody from the
crazy
original
things about
Rocksteady
that.
group are already long gone, so they're still buying those games.
These neckbeard motherfuckers want to fucking shit on Stellar Blade. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, get out of here. Go somewhere. You want to shit on Stellar Blade? You want to shit on unique games? Like I think the Princess Peach game is the most unique game to come out. In
Yo,
the next
that
3
Princess
months.
Peach. I'm so excited to play that Princess Peach game. You have no
Like-
idea. I'm
Like
streaming
that
it
shit
day one.
and Dragon's Dogma to me, like, don't get me wrong, I'm gonna love the fuck out of FF7 Rebirth, bro. I think that's gonna be my game of the year, most likely, right?
Yeah.
But Dragon's Dogma and Stellar Blade look unique enough for me that I care more about those games right now. Because Final Fantasy VII, like, I know I'm gonna play that game, right?
And
Like,
you know you're
who-
gonna
who
enjoy
is
it.
gonna play
You-
that game?
Yeah, you know,
Like-
you know you're gonna enjoy it. You're gonna play it, and
So,
then
As
yeah.
I'm getting older, I care more about the games that I didn't expect to look good. Stellar Blade came out of nowhere, right? We didn't know shit. Devs are new. Game looks great. Dragon's Dogma 2, when they announced it, I didn't expect it. Right? And
I don't think anybody did.
they look great. Like, so I don't know, man. I'm more excited for new IPs nowadays than I am for anything else. New IPs that look good. Not the 7th installment or the 18th installment in the fucking franchise that's been around since I was a kid. Even though, don't get me wrong, I love those games, but I'm more excited for new shit.
Oh, the 13th remake of another title, right?
Yeah, Last of Us. Sorry.
Hey man, there's gonna
Man,
be
the
part
Last of
3
Us fans
coming
are
out
gonna hate us,
eventually.
bro.
Hey, you got
Part
part
3,
3 coming out, and then the
remastered
remaster of
version
part
2.
3, and then part 3 PC.
Look, none of the last
2028
was, no.
edition.
Okay, I'm gonna be sure. None of the Last of Us devs are ever gonna. We're never gonna interview those motherfuckers.
Yo, yeah, I'm not even
No-
talking about the devs. I'm talking about the fans. Those motherfuckers gonna be like, fuck these guys.
But the
Like,
thing
the
is,
best game of all
I
time.
used to be like you. I don't.
Yeah, I
know.
love the first game. I love the first game, but I still think it was overrated.
We've seen the evidence follow. The loss of your love for it is very apparent.
As
and
a
they killed it
video
for you.
game, As a video game, Last of Us is overrated. Sorry. Like, Last of Us is overrated. Like, there's nothing you can tell me. And there's no argument that any Last of Us fan can make that'll make me think otherwise. Like, as a video game, as a straight up video game, Last of Us is overrated. Sorry.
I can't wait till we come
Let's-
full circle, and we get The Last of Us based on the HBO series video game.
That would be better than the Last of Us 2.
At least until season 2 comes out, right?
True. I don't know if I was waiting for that.
Oh
It'll be his
man.
It's gonna be his
That's gonna be
favorite
interesting
thing.
week, bro. I'm gonna be rubbing my hand, just like fucking with the Super Freak smug. By the way, if you guys don't know, Super Freak has like the biggest smug look on his face. Like you guys have no idea. It's just so, like I could sense smugness, and he's like
That's
the
gonna be
literal
great, man.
definition. If we put it in the dictionary, I just want to see a photo of his smug face. Like that's how smug I'm gonna be when they preview that season 2. But watch them change everything, right? And then look, I'm not even gonna get into it, bro. That's
I'm doing the face right now. Folly can't wait to tune into season 2 and then potentially unplug, much like a lot of players are doing in Tekken 8.
Oh, wow. Wow, we're really going to talk about that?
In fighting games.
we should.
Well, in
in
fighting
general.
games in general,
What's there
yeah.
to talk about? It's just people being
Yeah.
stupid fucking bitches.
Well, no. The important news is that, you know, like they did like a Tekken presentation or whatever, and Harada was saying basically, long story short, that hey, we know pluggers is becoming an apparent issue. So yeah.
Pluggers is becoming such a bad word now.
It's a slur now.
It is definitely a slur.
So all right, let's start first. So for people who may be unfamiliar, Despair, could you enlighten people what?
Why I gotta do it?
Motherfucker, you gotta do it.
You're the one playing Tekken 8 the most out of everybody here, so you got the reins.
It's fairly simple,
all right.
Though, right?
Let's give you the definition of the word plugger. Plugger is when a dumb motherfucker can't take a loss. They can't take a loss, so they go over to their nice, you know, modem, router, whatever you want to call it. They take the cable, they unplug that shit, and they disconnect from the game.
Rage quit.
Basically, there you go. There it is. It's rage quit.
It is.
But it's basically to avoid being penalized, right? From
It's
in
to
the game,
avoid taking a loss.
To avoid taking loss and losing points, which is so strange because
and unfortunately, in Tekken 8 right now, you don't get penalized for rage quit.
Yes.
So what are people gonna do? They're gonna plug, which is very ironic and very weird because in this game, it's super easy to rank up. You gain way more points for a win than you lose for a loss. So you rage quitting makes no sense. Like, it's so easy to rank up that rage quitting makes no sense in it. I don't understand it. But that's a whole mentality. Like, rage quitting is a whole mentality, right? So I don't know.
Yeah. And you know, and it's funny, right? Because it's like, don't get me wrong, this is not the only game that this has happened in, but apparently
Remember Street Fighter 5?
Yeah.
Like,
No, but you know, like it happens in other games, but apparently for Tekken, like it's become like a real fucking epidemic where it's just like literally.
it's the same thing in Street Fighter 5 in the beginning because everyone complained because there was you didn't get penalized for leaving. It's the same. Like, it's literally the same. It's just right now, obviously, Tekken is the big game. It's the most recent game. Everyone's talking about it. Everyone's streaming it, and people have like no shame. I was watching the stream earlier, and a motherfucker just dipped. I was like, wow, like this is actually insane. But to be fair, like I feel like Tekken has a lot of people that are just Tekken is just bullshit. Tekken will make you mad. Like, I get it, but damn, bro, it's like every stream I turn into, I see at least 3 rage quits. Every time I play ranked, I stop playing ranked because I'm like, damn, y'all motherfuckers don't even. I'm on a promo, somebody out, they gone. They're like, you ain't getting a promo on me. Like, they just be gone. So I just be like, man, this shit is boring. First, like, I don't know. Street Fighter. I just remember Street Fighter 5. I remember playing Street Fighter 5 like month 1, and all I remember hearing was all I remember. So it's like, if there's no penalty, people gonna do it, I guess.
Of course. Like,
no
until they
penalty,
find a
people
way
are
to
gonna
stop
do
it,
it.
people are just gonna continue to do it, right?
Yeah,
People boosting, people rage quitting.
Apparently, they already have a list, and then also, I guess they're just trying to figure out how to like the legal perspective of it before they can implement like a game.
There's no legal perspective. Just ban them. Period. That's it. Ban them like everyone else bans people.
Yeah, but different countries have like different laws, and that's the issue.
Ban them.
Yeah.
Ban
I mean,
them.
I hope they do, bro. I want, bro. Because, like, to be honest, you shouldn't even be fucking quitting in the game.
Do what
like
they
that.
do in every other game where you see somebody rage quits. They're just turn their name red so nobody ever plays them. Period. Put them in a pool of other rage quitters and other fucking idiots. Straight up.
Mess up the game models.
Yep. Get out of here.
I find it ironic that they call it plugging when you have to have an Ethernet cable plugged in.
Yeah, right. Very ironic.
When most people are playing Tekken playing on Wi-Fi, right?
Man,
Very
I don't.
ironic.
Man, I don't know what you're talking about. The game was fine to me.
But the thing is, right? What's the difference? Well, okay, I guess obviously the difference is you don't get penalized. But let's be real. People do that shit when there is a penalty. So it's like you can't stop it.
But at least you can respect the penalty ones, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They just don't give a fuck.
Yeah, you know, like there's a part of me that's like that respects that shit. Like, oh, bro, you Rage quit. You took the L. You deranked twice just because like I was
let's
beating
be
your
real.
ass. Yeah.
I'm a rage quit under very specific circumstances. If a motherfucker's connection is garbage, I'm out. Rage quit. I'm gone. Like I don't play that shit. Like I'm not playing that shit. Motherfuckers PC can't handle the game. I'm out. Like I don't care. Like, and I used to take penalties for that. Like I have so like little patience for people playing on bad internet. Because you shouldn't be playing the game. And obviously you can't stop people from doing it. They bought the game, right? Can't like be like, oh, you can't play online, bitch. Like you can't do it. But I could definitely quit because I don't want to play that shit. The fuck?
But the thing is, and here's my thing, the game should be able to, you should have an option like, I only want to pair with direct connections. Especially since the game can tell what's Wi-Fi and what's not. That should be your prerogative.
They don't want to decrease the player pool because what's everyone going to do? Everyone is going to choose to only be matched up with wired players. And let's be real, there's a shit ton of Wi-Fi players and they're going to split the player base and it's going to be shit matchmaking. So they're not going to do that. Matchmaking will be so ass if a game ever does. Wasn't there a game that... No. It's sort of the option allow crossplay. But if they do that, it's gonna fuck up, man. So I see why they're not doing it. But man, it really is a fucking epic. Fucking out here. Rage quit. It's gotten to the point where there's specific tech in Tekken now. I mean, it's in every game, right? But everyone is making a big deal about it in Tekken now, right? Where it's like, you gotta get the last kill with like an unblockable that takes like 40% of their HP because they're not gonna expect it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not gonna expect it. They're not gonna have enough time to react to rage quit. So there's tech now. Like, you can never.
Yes
the
and no.
number one Tekken rule has always been never end a ranked match with a super. Ever. Yeah. If you ever end a ranked match with a super, niggas gonna quit. They gone.
Best believe they plug in there in that little cutscene.
You cannot get people time to rage quit.
Oh man.
Like,
well, wasn't there that clip that I sent where the dude it was like a 2-round thing where he got hit with an opening round electric and into combo, and then round 2 he got hit with the same electric and left.
Yep. You got to, and it's gotten to the point where you got to let people beat you. You got to let it go down to like 2-2. Like, you got to sandbag. Like, there's tech. There's an anti-rage quit tech. You got to sandbag, bro.
You gotta lose that first round.
You gotta make them think that they can win. That's so sad to say.
At least until they start penalizing people. I mean, they're already like gathering names. They have a list, and people are starting to tweet out evidence with stream footage of.
So funny. With
hashtag. I think there's a hashtag
Tekken
too.
Report.
Yeah, Tekken 8 report. And Michael Murray and Harada are just like, yeah, this is the right hashtag to use.
Yeah, and everyone's memeing it now, so they don't even know what the fuck's real and what's not.
Nah, everyone's just gonna be reporting everybody. So watch out for pulling that plug. Make sure you're not pulling the plug in Tekken. Make sure you're not pulling the plug.
Pull your plug.
Well, make sure you have a plug to begin with.
Yeah, make sure you have a plug.
Keep rage quitting. Just learn. You're gonna get recorded. You're gonna get fucked. So keep doing it, so we can get rid of you eventually.
Learn your lesson, but don't pull the plug on listening to this podcast. And make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you check us out on Spotify, iTunes. Listen to it 3 times a week if you must. Just make sure that you're tuning in. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll catch you all each and every week with a new, fresh episode. Hot and ready.
Rage quit.
Kangz Council. We're about to pull the plug on this stream right now in this podcast, and we'll catch you guys next week.